With that, shifting focus to the other big story we are tracking, it's war for Tamil thrones going right across to Padmaja Joshi, who's joining us from Chennai. So Padmaja, right now we're looking at Sasikala claiming a line can only replace a line with 129 MLA support. OPS camp also gathering steam. All the number game tilted in Sasikala's favor, but one man at the center of it is the governor. And as Subramaniam Swamy tweeted yesterday, he has to deliver the decision today. Otherwise, there could be a danger of overstepping his constitutional power.
That's right. In fact, most legal experts are also talking about how this is a decision that can be deferred for a while but cannot be denied altogether. What I'd also like to point out to you, Devina, very interestingly, you would have seen over the weekend there was action was flagging here at the Poets Garden, but it seems that suddenly there's a fresh burst of life that people seem to have got. You see like this flurry by the media as well, which had been assembled here. Now, what has happened is that with the people assembling in larger and larger numbers at O Pannirselvam's house, there is influx of supporters here now at Sasikala's house as well. All of this is happening even as some people in the party are telling India Today that now Sasikala, in addition to mulling her legal options, may just take her battle to the president's house. So is she now going to pin her hopes on Raj Bhavan? She believes the numbers are on her side, the law is on her side. Then why shouldn't she be given an opportunity at least to prove her numbers? So let's listen into what Camp Sasikala had to tell India Today about what they are going to be doing this week.
Any plan of meeting presidents or going to meet governor?
It is possibility. Everything is possibility. That is a real plan. Tomorrow this governor again keeping quiet. This is unfortunate. This is a democratic country. The constitution completely, the murder of democracy, I can say, this is the thing going on. If governor, they don't want to react this, as for the democracy, he don't want respect to us, then no other way.
What are the circumstances in which the governor is holding?
All right, Akshita Nandgopal is now joining us live on the broadcast. Akshita, even as Sasikala is now thinking of maybe approaching the president, what is OPS going to do next? What is the mood that you're picking up from his house?
The governor has decided to hold on to the entire process. So right now, everybody is waiting again.
Well, in just about an hour from now, Padmaja, we'll see O Pannirselvam stepping out of his residence to head to the state secretariat. What's on the agenda? Everyone's asking that, but I think he's trying to reinstate that he is the chief minister, caretaker or not, temporary or not. He is still the head of the state, and he will be looking into, of course, the administration of the state of Tamil Nadu, which many have been speculating upon, saying that that's possibly been crippled. Padmaja, you were talking about the fact that Poets Garden was seeming rather empty over the last few hours, that there are a few supporters trickling in. I want to quickly show you what's happening around me. There are a number of people who've gathered here, cars which are going in every few seconds, and you see a number of supporters who've come together here as well. I've got one such supporter with me. If you can see her, she's even got an Amma locket with her. I'll just quickly ask her in Tamil where she's come from as well. Madam, neenga vaanga. நீங்க வாங்க எங்க நின்னு வந்திருக்கீங்க நீங்க
மயிலாப்பூர்
உங்க எம்எல்ஏ கிட்ட நீங்க பேசிட்டீங்களா
எல்லாரும் மக்கள்லாம் தெரிவிச்சிருக்கிறோம் பேசியிருக்கிறோம் மக்கள்லாம் தெரிவிச்சிருக்காங்க வருவார் கண்டிப்பா வருவார் ஆதரவு தருவார் கண்டிப்பா தருவார்
Okay, so Padmaja, we've seen Pannirselvam and his camp reaching out to the people of Tamil Nadu, telling them to also urge their representatives to come out and support him. As far as Mylapore is concerned, the MLA Nataraj, remember, initially there were reports suggesting that he was missing. He did put up a detailed post yesterday on social media saying that people can come and meet him. These women, for example, are from Mylapore. They reached out to their MLA asking him, requesting him to come and join O Pannirselvam. They're also confident that he will join them today. The question is, will he turn up here? Will he listen to the voices of all these people who've come here in such large numbers to show their support for O Pannirselvam?
In fact, the refrain from the OPS camp is the popular support, the public's mood is with him. Now it's only a question of the MLAs, if they are freed from what they call captivity inside the Golden Bay Resort, to also throw their lot behind OPS. In fact, what's also important is that today in the Madras High Court, an affidavit that had been sought from the police on Friday is going to be submitted. This affidavit is on the issue of whether the MLAs, about 129 of them, have been kept under illegal confinement. It's a charge that has been made by the Paneerselvam camp. Remember, the Tehsildar has submitted a detailed report on that as well after having spoken to a number of MLAs, in fact all of the MLAs inside Golden Bay. Let me also bring in Akshita on that one point. Akshita, was it preempting this affidavit that yesterday and day before Shashikala was at pains to try and prove to the world that these MLAs were one big happy family? There was no question of keeping them in a golden cage, as we've been calling it, and they are there of their own free will. It's only a coincidence that their phones are switched off and their families have no idea.
Absolutely, Padmaja. Yes, Shashikala, who is seemingly nervous, is trying to portray a front where all is well, where she has the support of her MLAs. And as you pointed out, she's referred to them as her family members. But I think what we have to note is that in 2 days, she's made 2 visits to this particular resort to reach out to MLAs. Clearly, if she's made so many visits, clearly if she's reaching out so often, there's got to be something that's amiss here. Besides that, you saw the kind of emotional appeals she made yesterday as well. She broke down. She spoke about how it's difficult for a woman to make her way into politics. She also said that only a lion can replace a lion. And these are very strong words from a woman who's known to be very, very private otherwise. Why has she decided to come out and speak now so very often, just like O Paneerselvam? It looks like, Padmaja, to a large extent, Shashikala is cornered at this point, and she's counting on the fact that she can use these kind of emotional appeals to get some sort of support. She's on the back foot now, especially with every passing hour, because we're seeing more and more people turning up here at O Paneerselvam's residence. Over the weekend alone, we've seen so many MPs, we've seen Minister Mafa Pandeyarajan also coming here. The question is, will this hurt Shashikala to a large effect, and also will her emotional appeal, her emotional tactics actually work in her favor? Her breaking down, invoking Amma's name, speaking about being a woman in politics, all of this is really unprecedented, because Jayalalitha, used to put up such a solid front. She'd never allow herself to break down in public. She was always a very, very strong personality who, kept up to the image of Amma, would never let any sort of rebellion, would stand like a fort, not just in the government but also the party. So compared to that, we're seeing a major shift here from Shashikala Natarajan, who seems to be now resorting to these tactics, unknowing really of what to do next, what her next move should be, because at this point the ball is in the governor's court and things are only going from bad to worse for Shashikala Natarajan.
Well, in fact, we are getting to know now that Sen Gotian is already inside Veda Nilayam, and you can see the steady stream now of AIDMK cadre, AIDMK leaders from various parts of Tamil Nadu who are also making their way to Poets Garden. But yesterday, that emotional, teary-eyed speech that Shashikala made was meant to tug at the heartstrings of everyone, projecting herself as someone who had been wrong, targeted for being a woman. Of course, the predictable parallels being drawn with Jayalalitha, as well as someone who had struggled against all those who were trying to pull her down and would triumph in the same manner. But if she was expecting any sympathy whatsoever from O Paneerselvam, none was coming. He dismissed all of this as nothing more than crocodile tears.
Don't forget how Amma raised you from humble origins. Even now, when I think of Amma, I cry.
Tears welling up and a quivering voice. Don't forget what Amma did, is what an emotional Shashikala said, as she wiped tears rolling down her eyes while addressing AIDMK MLAs at Golden Bay Resort. Parading the MLAs before the media, Shashikala asserted that they are not being held captive.
There are lies being spread by our enemies that MLAs are being kept against their will here. I will lay my life down to protect the party.
And then began a war of words. Chinnamma wrote that she's a lion and thus the only one who can replace Amma.
The AIADMK will never fall because it's ruled by a woman. The party and the state must be led by a woman. When Amma was the leader, she led the country like a lion. I don't fear anyone. I won't back down from anything. Only a lion. Only a lion can replace a lion.
Soon after, Paneerselvam laughed off the metaphor used by Sasikala and asked her to stop shedding crocodile tears.
Of all of you gathered here, would any of you call yourself a lion? Who calls themselves a lion? Now, instead of shedding crocodile tears, if she feels so upset, tell her to let them free. Tell her to release their MLAs.
The verbal duel ensued as the state waited for Governor Vidyasagar Rao's decision. The political uncertainty has boiled down to numbers. Seemingly panicked, but asserting that she's confident, Sasikala claims to have support of 129 MLAs, enough for her to form the government in Tamil Nadu. But the strength of Paneerselvam's camp is increasing with each passing day, and it's only a matter of days before it becomes clear who will checkmate whom in Tamil Nadu's battle for power. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let me again bring in Akshita, who is at O Paneerselvam's house. Akshita, you know, this entire speech, again and again the refrain from Shashikala over the last 3 days especially about being targeted because she's a woman. And remember, women were a sizable chunk of the electorate who voted for Jayalalitha. Are women en masse supporting Shashikala, or are some of them with OPS as well? And what do they have to say about Shashikala's plea?
Right, Padmaja. In fact, next to me you see the number of women who have gathered here to back O Paneerselvam. Interestingly, I'm going to put across that question to them as well. Ma'am, if you can tell me, Shashikala yesterday in her speech said that she's a woman. For a woman, it's very difficult to enter into politics. She referred to Jayalalitha's struggle as well. As a woman, why have you decided to side with O Paneerselvam over Shashikala?
Amma's choosing OPS only. So we can't take that lady, no, woman, servant lady. Amma's servant lady only, that girl, that lady. Okay. So we are not select that, Makkal not select that.
Okay, so the people haven't selected her. I mean, that's not something that many would entertain, that kind of language as far as Shashikala is concerned. But unfortunately, that's what it's come down to really, Padmaja. That's the kind of sentiments here in Tamil Nadu. I mean, it's obviously not acceptable to refer to anyone as far as what they do, as far as their class is concerned. But there's a lot of anger also against Shashikala Natarajan. But they are maintaining that, you know, Jayalalitha is someone who chose O Paneerselvam as a political heir. Shashikala Natarajan was someone who was just trusted aid but was not meant for politics. So this woman reference that Shashikala has made to hasn't really, you know, cut any eyes with the women here, those who have gathered to support O Paneerselvam. And there's a large number, I must tell you, especially inside. If you see the kind of support that Paneerselvam has gathered, it's not just, of course, the cadre at the ground. Families have come together here, Padmaja, to support O Paneerselvam, to say that he should be the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
No, and what that lady said about Shashikala, absolutely appalling and unacceptable. While there might be differences, we really wonder if the Paneerselvam camp wants to encourage this kind of discourse about someone who at the end of the day is the General Secretary of the party that he himself is in right now. Must take a step back. This is not something that we want in our political discourse. But also OPS, in addition to attending those scores of people who are lining up to felicitate him, talk to him, get one darshan of him, is also now for the first time going to go to the Secretariat ever since he had tendered his resignation and had proposed the name of Shashikala as the next Chief Minister designate. What really is the purpose behind today's visit? Is there some important decision which is on the anvil? Let me bring in my colleague Akshay Anath, who's at the Secretariat, on that. What's on the cards? What are we expecting to hear from O Paneerselvam? Is something major brewing in that camp?
Well, Padmaja, at least what our sources are telling us right now is that O Paneerselvam is coming back to ensure and prove the fact that he is still the Chief Minister. Be it acting, he's still the Chief Minister of the state, and he's also trying to send a message to the opposite camp that the governance in the state will continue. Because we saw last week on Friday, Sashikala Natarajan had sent out a very strong message to Governor, and on Saturday again she had written a letter stating that the governance in the state has come to a halt, and hence she and her ministers should be appointed now. So taking that into consideration, O Paneerselvam's act is just to prove the fact that the governance will go on, and what we are hearing now is that once he comes back, he will also be asking his other ministers to join work and continue their work at least till Vidyasagar Rao, the governor of the state, comes to a decision on who will be leading the state of Tamil Nadu forward. The DA case is just about to be heard sometime this week, and we're also being told that tomorrow or day after there will be an announcement from Vidyasagar Rao on the course of action that he's planning. So these are the things that are lined up here, Padmaja. This is his first visit to the Secretariat after tendering his resignation and also electing the General Secretary of the party, Sashikala, as the next Chief Minister, and also making that huge statement at the Marina Beach saying that he was forcefully made to remove from the post of the Chief Minister of the state. So panning out is a huge political drama again today. Once O Paneerselvam reaches here,
very much, Akshay and Akshita, for joining us individually. But before I let you go and before we head into a quick break, I want to show our viewers again the steady stream of people who has now begun to filter into Forest Garden. So what a contrast from yesterday when this place was almost deserted, barring the time that Shashikala was to exit and go to the Golden Bay Resort. But now the cadre has been activated, and here they are turning up with Shashikala and Jayalalitha's picture firmly in their shirt front pocket. Big news also that we are breaking right now is that within the hour, Shashikala is expected to speak yet again. Remember, the gloves are off now and the offensive is going to begin in right earnest at the beginning of the week. It's going to be a busy, hectic time for Chennai all over again, and you will hear the latest right here on India Today.